Welcome back to Coaster Keepers. I'm Morgan.
And
So for those of you who are just joining us, this is part 4 in our Disney World Park Review series, and we will be reviewing Animal Kingdom. So if you haven't seen the other videos that we made, I will link a playlist and you'll be able to watch it and catch up with us, and then you can come back and join us for this video. So like I said, today we're reviewing Animal Kingdom, and we visited on March 12th, 2020.
yeah, so right when we got into the park, we noticed that going through security was really smooth at this park, which we really appreciated. All of the hard work of the security officers. They were really making sure the lines were like equal, and so it wasn't backed up in any particular place. So we got through security very quick. One thing that was kind of disappointing and we were kind of scared about is right when we were pulling in to the parking lot, we got a notification from the My Disney Experience app, and they're like, "We've made some changes to your Fast Pass." And we're like, okay, what does this mean? We hadn't seen that happen before. So then we looked, and what we figured out is that Expedition Everest was our first Fast Pass of the day, and we figured out that the ride was actually down, closed right when we got there. So what they did is they gave us, yeah, it was sad because we were really excited to ride that. But what they did is they gave us another Fast Pass for a select number of rides that we could use anytime throughout the day. So kind of worked out, but at first it was kind of a scary start to the day.
Yeah, so moving on, we're going to talk about the attractions that we got to check out at Animal Kingdom.
So one of the first things we did was the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. And this is a walkway trail where you can see all different kind of African animals, monkeys, meerkats, okapi, and of course gorilla, as the trail is named after.
So you would walk, and it was like an outdoor kind of paved path, and you got really close to the animals. But then there was like you would go through a door, and then there was like an indoor part of the trail.
Yeah, it was outdoor, and then you go like inside these like kind of caves.
Yeah,
like enclosures
caves.
at the zoo almost.
Yeah.
Next attraction is Dinosaur. This is a dark ride designed by Walt Disney Imagineering Company, and it features a turbulent journey through the late Cretaceous period. The ride originally opened as Countdown to Extinction in 1998 with the park, but then the ride's name was changed in 2000 to match the dinosaur Disney film of the same name. What did you think about the dinosaur ride, Morgan?
Dinosaur is so underrated. I love this ride.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, so fun. The pre-show's it's really cute. And the vehicles, those like Jeeps, I think. Are they supposed to be Jeeps?
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
How they move, like, it kind of feels like you're on a hill.
Yeah,
really
it feels
fun.
like very realistic. Even the dinosaur animatronics, I think, look really realistic.
Yeah,
especially
they're scary.
For when they were made. And yeah, they're kind of scary. They could be scary for a little one, so beware of that. But it's a really fun ride.
It's a fun ride. I think we should have rode this one again. When we go back to this park, I'll definitely be excited to ride this again.
I definitely have ridden it every time I've been to Animal Kingdom, so I really like it. Next attraction is Kilimanjaro Safari. So, of course, this is a safari attraction. It's meant to simulate an open safari ride through the savannah of East Africa. The ride was an opening day attraction for Animal Kingdom, and you get to see many, many different animals throughout the ride. So, Morgan, what were your thoughts?
We got really lucky on this. I think we saw everything. I don't think there was a moment where safari tour guide leader wasn't like, oh, they must be sleeping.
She was like, oh, they're pointing. She was pointing things out everywhere.
There was actually one point where there was 3 different species of animals out, and she was like, okay, if you look to your left, there's this and this and this. And she said, I can only talk about one, so.
Yeah. There's also I think it was an okapi that was like really right on, like close to the road. So we rode like right past it, which was cool.
The baby elephant, right? We saw the baby.
Yeah.
Which that was like big Disney news, like that there was a new elephant.
Yeah, there's a new
We saw the new baby elephant.
Yeah, so that was awesome.
So that was awesome. Yeah, I really liked it. Probably one of the best. I mean, I guess I really hadn't done that many safari tours, only like zoo kind of things, but it's probably one of the best safari tours I would think
Yeah, it's really cool.
around.
There's always a lot of animals out and about, which was really nice. So the next attraction we're going to talk about is Navi River Journey. It's a dark boat ride through the Kazapan River, something like that, of Pandora from the 2009 film Avatar. The ride opened on May 27th, 2017, and was designed by Walt Disney Imagineering and Lightstorm Entertainment, and that's the production company behind the Avatar films. And this ride features Disney's most advanced animatronic to date, and that is the Shaman of Songs, and it looks very realistic and very cool.
I saw so they have, this ride is featured in the Disney Plus series, the Imagineering story, and they talk about like the building of the shaman. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, you should definitely watch it. It was very interesting.
If you're interested in like Disney history, parks history at all, I would just definitely recommend the Imagineering story. We've watched it. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's really good. But I really loved this ride because, well, as you know, I like boat rides, but it was really relaxing.
It was
so relaxing. The music that underscores the boat ride is beautiful, and all the glowing creatures and everything. Like, I could ride it like 5 times, I think.
Yeah, it was very cool. It was just very calm, very relaxing, not too fast. It's not thrilling if you're looking for a thrill ride. This isn't it, but it's a great ride for like the middle of the day, just to...
If it was like really hot outside, this would be like the best ride.
Because it's very cool inside there.
Sorry.
And it's very dark, and then like all the bioluminescent plants. It's very cool to look at. So it's just a nice, calming...
It's a great ride.
Good, like relaxing ride to ride.
Love this one. I think they did. I think some people wish it was more thrilling or it was more of a story or whatever, but I think they picked a really great ride to add in. Nothing, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, and I think it pairs very well with Flight of Passage, which is the next ride we're going to talk about. It's a 3D flying simulator set within Pandora. The attraction allows guests to fly on a mountain banshee through the landscape of Pandora, and the attraction was designed by Walt Disney Imagineering, Lightstorm Entertainment, and Weta Digital. So this ride, I was saying, I think it pairs really well because this ride is more thrilling and like there's more of a story behind it, and it's a lot more like engaging. And so I think it pairs well with the more relaxing Navi River Journey. Morgan, this was your first time riding Flight of Passage. I've been on one time before this.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Wow. Just the amount of creativity that it took to really just put you in that world. You get to ride on the back of the banshee, and I don't know, obviously Evan told me how amazing this ride was. We got on they explained to us that we actually will be like the story of the ride is that you'll be riding on the back of the banshee, and that you have to put on these glasses to be able to do it, to be in that world. And it kind of felt like we were in this all white room, and it was like we were just getting on like a motorcycle, and I was like, I just don't know how this is gonna work. But we really were flying when the ride started, and it looked like you looked any direction, and that's just where you were, and it smelled like this world would.
All the senses.
And you know what? I've seen Avatar quite a few times, and honestly, like I like the movie, but I still don't, I guess, understand the world. But when you ride that ride, you understand the world.
Yeah. So another thing about the story of the ride is that with the glasses, you get paired to an avatar in Pandora. Yeah. So you're like connected to them, and that's how you're able to ride on the back of the banshee.
That's what I was
that's how you get immersed into the world. And this is one of my favorite rides. I think it's my favorite ride at Disney World. I'm not 100% positive on that because there's so many good rides. But I got to ride this once before, and I was blown away of just the entire immersion of it. The banshee, you can feel it breathe. You can feel it move every which way that you're going. I like to think of it as like Soarin' times 1,000.
Yeah. Like
it's similar technology, but screen-wise to Soarin', but it's just 1,000% more real. You're more in the story. And again, like Morgan, I've seen Avatar maybe once, and I'm not like a big fan of it, but I still really, really enjoyed the ride, and it's one of my favorites.
I think for like Soarin', it's real life that you're looking at. This world created by James Cameron, and now you're like in it. I think it's probably harder to convince people what it is, and so
yeah, and it's still so realistic.
Still
which is
so realistic.
What's amazing. The next attraction, I guess we're gonna be talking about is It's Tough to Be a Bug. This is a 9-minute 3D film based on the 1998 Disney Pixar film A Bug's Life. Flick is hosting a show about why humans should consider bugs friends and not enemies. And this is actually the first Pixar attraction to open in a Disney park. And another thing about it, it takes place inside the Tree of Life. So the big tree that you see at Animal Kingdom, this show is inside the Tree of Life. Morgan, what did you think about It's Tough to Be a Bug?
It was very funny, and I liked when we were waiting for the show to start, we were kind of in the lobby, and they have all the funny movie posters. It was funny.
I think that's my favorite part of it, is like the musical puns with the bug.
Yeah, I love that part, and it was so cute to go around and read them all. And then we got into the show, and it's pretty short.
Yeah,
it's one of the shorter ones. Yeah, I think there was a lot of surprises. We'll just say that.
Yeah, we'll say that.
I mean, I'm sure you've been on it by now, but if you haven't, there's some surprises. And I don't know. I feel like maybe this isn't for just little kids.
I would say it's definitely geared towards little kids and families as a whole. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think Morgan liked it a little bit more than I did, but I've also done it multiple times before this, so definitely if you're able to do it, I would, but if, maybe it's a busier day and you're more of a thrill seeker, it's probably one you can skip over. But for families, I think it's great. And it's another one that gets you into the AC and out of the hot sun for a little bit of time if you need that.
And there's bugs everywhere.
There's bugs everywhere in this world that we live in. There's bugs.
All right, what's the next attraction?
The next one, this one, we got, you could say lucky, I guess, that we got to ride it. It's Primeval Whirl. We actually got to ride Primeval Whirl because...
Here's what happened. Here's what happened. So at this rate, Expedition Everest was still down.
It would be down all day. It was like 3 o'clock.
We were obviously very excited to ride Expedition Everest. Still down. And then we're in like the dinosaur area. Does that have a name?
Dinoland USA.
So we're in Dinoland USA, and I would say this is the cartoonish part of Animal Kingdom. But anyway, we're over there, and we're just waiting, trying to pass some time, trying to see what's over there, explore. And I'm like, oh, I wish Primeval Whirl was open because I love that style of ride.
Yeah, you do.
And so I was like, oh, I wish that was open. And Evan's telling me, oh, that was the worst ride anyway. No one cared about that ride, so you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
And I was just excited because I like that style of ride, so I would have liked to try it out. And then it opens.
Yeah.
And we were like, we didn't wait. I think we waited like 25 minutes for it. It was really short.
Yeah, so it's not normally open. It's been operating seasonally since 2019. But we think either because Everest had been closed all day or just because it was spring break and they were gearing up for larger crowds at this point, that might have been why it opened. So we weren't exactly sure why, but we ended up being there right when it opened. So we were
there. So what is this ride?
Yeah, so it's Primeval Whirl. If you don't know, it's a steel wild mouse coaster. It's manufactured by Revercon Industries, which I've never heard of as a roller coaster person, but in September 2019, the ride, like I said, entered seasonal operation, and it was closed part of the day, but we actually got to ride it. What do you think about it? I know you said you like these kind of rides.
I do like these kind of rides. I think I liked them more when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because they're not very smooth. Maybe they were smooth when I was a kid, but this particular ride was not very smooth. It was cute. We got to ride. Our little car had us, and it looked like an older sister and a younger sister. And the little sister loved it.
She really liked it.
So basically, the element of this ride that I was looking forward to is that it spins, and it goes up in the hills, and it's just a little roller coaster basically. But when it spins, it hurts a little bit. It's like bumpy.
Yeah.
So that was not that enjoyable, but the experience was, because that little girl, every time we went down a hill, she would scream so loud.
That was fun, right?
Oh, it was so cute. And you know, we didn't wait that long for it or anything,
No.
and I had said I wanted to ride it, so I got my wish.
Yeah, I'll say, even though I'm not the biggest fan of like wild mouse type coasters, this one's actually, it was a little rough, you said, but it's actually not as rough as some other ones that I've been on at places like Canada's Wonderland and stuff. So it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like a painful experience, which is good, because you never want that on a ride.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was just a little bumpy when it turned. It needs some grease or something.
Yeah, which probably might have been the fact that it wasn't really operating that often.
Yeah.
But don't you fear, we did actually get to ride Expedition Everest. We were very worried that we weren't going to be able to ride it, but it did end up opening up in the later part of the afternoon, and we were able to go over there and ride the ride. Expedition Everest is a steel roller coaster built by Vekoma that opened in 2006. The ride is themed to the Yeti protecting the Forbidden Mountain next to Mount Everest. When this ride opened, it was actually the most expensive roller coaster ever built, at $100 million, which is a lot of money for a roller coaster. But this record was actually taken over in 2019 by Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, when that opened at $300 million, which is really a lot of money. But yeah, what did you think about this ride, Expedition Everest?
That is an awesome ride. I can see why it was so expensive, because you walk up and you see Mount Everest, and it's, I mean, breathtaking and beautiful, and they put it in a great spot right by the lake over there, and I can tell why it was so expensive. And it was definitely a fun ride. I wish I would have got a picture. If we do have it, I'll show you. But so I like this ride. So there was a switch track element in the ride, so you go backwards, and you know, the Yeti might be there.
He might be there. He might snatch you up.
So that was a cool surprise. Definitely a lot of ups and downs. A lot of fun. Short ride.
Yeah, it's not too
long. We sat. Did we either sat in the front or the back? Because I remember.
I think we might have been in the back for this one.
Yeah, I think we were in the back car, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Got the extra little airtime there is. So yeah, really fun. What do you think, Evan?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's probably my favorite roller coaster at Disney World.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. The theming is really over the top amazing. Even in the queue line, there's like all this like gear, exhibition gear, and like Yeti sightings and everything. So that's of course why it was so much money, but I think at this point, that money that they spent on it was well worth it. It's a very good ride. It's a good roller coaster for anyone to ride. I mean, people who like roller coasters will like it. I think kids who are just getting brave enough to ride roller coasters, I think it's a great ride for them too.
They need to do more like this. They really do, because they, you know, that they still have that Disney atmosphere with like that little bit of thrill, and I really do think they need to do more rides that are similar.
I think they are with Tron coming up. They're having construction on that, and Guardians of the Galaxy coaster. I'm really excited to see what they do with more roller coasters in the future. So that's all the attractions that we were able to do on our trip. But other things, moving on to the next category, are some entertainment and other experiences. So one of the things we got to do was Finding Nemo the musical, which we were very, very excited about.
Yes, I loved this one. I have been listening to the soundtrack on Spotify for this musical for years.
Yeah.
So, and you've actually seen it, so it makes sense that you were listening to it, but I have been. And I was so excited. Probably the thing I was, maybe this and Flight of Passage, I was probably the most excited about. So, and my expectations were exceeded. This was so fun. We got there so early.
Good. Yeah.
We got there so early, and we sat like, I don't think we were the front row.
We were like 3 or 4 rows back.
Which was fine.
Really good
it was a
seat.
great seat. We were like right next to the runway, and then the stage was right in front of us, so we had really good seats. And it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's an in-park show, but like this really, to me, has the caliber of like a Broadway type
Oh
show.
yeah,
I mean,
Broadway talent.
the talent is amazing, not just in the singing and the acting, but they're also puppeteering these fish puppets. So like quadruple, quintuple threats as opposed to like triple threats that you normally hear about. The talent is off the charts. It's very, very fun. I mean, it's a great like length too. It's tells the story, but it's not too long, so you're not wasting your whole day.
So much.
It's really.
I wish I would have gotten like a play. Like I wish they would have given us.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice.
Because afterward, I was searching all the actors in it because I wanted to see like what their experiences were. They were just amazing. I wish I could have had like a meet and greet with them.
That would be really cool if they were to offer something like that in the future.
That was so cool. I was just tearing up because it was so beautiful, so well done. So
yeah, we loved it. And the next thing, we got to meet Mickey and Minnie at the Adventures Outpost in their adventurous costumes, which was very fun. We'd met Mickey before at Magic Kingdom, but this was our first time meeting Minnie. So Morgan, what did you think of Mickey?
Loved it. Of course, I was excited to meet Minnie. I had already met Mickey, so this was cute because it was kind of like we were like on a little double date.
Double date. Yeah, I like when they're both together and they interact. With
so
us,
cute.
and they interact together. It's really fun. You definitely don't want to miss Mickey and Minnie.
Mickey
together.
gave me a kiss.
Yeah, they were all giving you kisses. I got jealous. But
the next thing that we have for entertainment and other experiences is the nighttime show, Rivers of Light.
We really liked this show.
Yeah.
It was the day after we saw Epcot Forever, so our expectations weren't super high because we were like, okay, Epcot Forever wasn't our favorite. It wasn't that like amazing to see, but Rivers of Light was very, very cool with all the boats, with the projections and the lights and everything, and I think there was a really good story being told. It was a while ago, so I don't remember everything in detail. But
I like
remember
the turtle that floats around and he changes colors.
Yes.
And I liked that part. And the crowd was awesome for that one.
Yeah.
We had great seats. We were right in the center. We had our popcorn snack.
Yeah, we had it made.
That was awesome. We not only that, we'll talk about it later, but we also had some other refreshments. So we were waiting there for the show, and the show definitely exceeded our expectations. I loved this one.
Yeah. It was very, very cool.
Very good.
I hope they keep this show going for a long, long time because I think it's really awesome. Another thing that we saw just shortly, we didn't see the whole show, I don't think, but we saw some of the Tam Tam drummers of Harambe in the Africa section, which was very, very cool. They were very entertaining. They were engaging with the crowd a lot, which was awesome. And they were just very, very talented.
The last experience that we had was another kind of unplanned experience that I just stumbled upon. So Evan was in the restroom, and I was just sitting like on a bench, kind of waiting for him. And I don't know how I got such good luck, but who walks past me other than Goofy, Chip and Dale, Donald, Daisy, and I'm pretty sure Pluto.
I think you told me Pluto, yeah.
Yeah, Pluto. And so this was in Dinoland USA. They're like very bright colored, purple, green, orange costumes. Goofy has like a little suit on.
Yeah,
I'm
really jealous that I didn't see him, but you know.
I'm really sorry you didn't get to see him.
It's okay.
The thing about Animal
Next
Kingdom
time.
is we had a lot to do. There's so much to do there, and I mean all the parks, but we were rushed and we didn't really get to meet any other characters. So, but I was sitting there and they all kind of walked past. There must be a greeting place over there where they meet, where there's like a meet and greet, because they all walked past me and waved like it was a big parade. So, yeah, but really cute costumes. I actually looked them up to show Evan how cute they were.
I'll have to see them and get pictures with them next time. If we're able to.
They'll just give us something to do next time.
And now we're moving on to all the wonderful food that we got to experience in Animal Kingdom. The first thing, just a small little snack that my family always likes to get when we go to Disney is the Mickey ice cream sandwiches. My grandfather, he would always try to take all of his grandchildren to Disney World, and this was one of the traditions that he did with our family, was getting the Mickey ice cream sandwiches. So Morgan and I got a Mickey ice cream sandwich and sent a picture over to my mom and dad. And it was very nice because it was a little bit warm on the day we were in Animal Kingdom, so it was nice and refreshing. And I mean, it's a Mickey ice cream sandwich. You can't go wrong.
A sweet treat.
A sweet treat. Exactly.
We shared. And then for lunch, we had a few things. We stopped by Pangu Pangu in Pandora, and we got a night blossom slushy thing.
That was good.
Yes. So basically this is it's layers of apple and desert pear limeade, and they're frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're topped with these little fruit balls called boba. And they were delicious. So it's like a purple, green, orange drink, and it's very, when you see it, you want to get it because it's so unique looking. So we got it. I had been looking at pictures of it for months before we went, so I knew I was going to get it. We tried it. It was delicious.
It was very good, very refreshing, and very tasty.
And then, so we got that from Pangu, and then we sat down. We got a seat over in the picnic area of the Satuli Canteen.
Mm-hmm.
We sat down there with our drink, and then Evan went and picked up our bowl. So you want to talk about what we had?
Yeah, so the way it kind of works there is you get these like protein kind of bowls. So you can pick your protein. So we went with grilled chicken, and we got that. It's marinated with garlic and olive oil, and then it's topped with a crunchy vegetable slaw and boba balls. And then you also get to choose your base and your sauce. So I think the options are like noodles, rice, maybe one other thing. But we got the noodles, and then we got a creamy garlic sauce along with that. So it's kind of a build your own bowl, which is very interesting, I would say, for Disney restaurants. So it's very unique, and it was big. We shared it, which was good. And it's very, very tasty. All of the flavors, you wouldn't think the boba balls would go with like a chicken bowl, but it really worked well together, and we really enjoyed it.
Good. Yeah, and then this next thing we got, so we had the night blossom, and then we had this chicken bowl, and then we also had our dessert, which was a blueberry cream cheese mousse. And I'm gonna let Evan talk about it because I know it was one of his favorites.
Yes, I loved it. This was my second time having this, so I had it once when my brother took me to Animal Kingdom after graduation. And I wanted to get it again because it was so good, and it was also very unique looking. I mean, this was in Pandora, so everything's kind of in that Pandora bright color theme, I guess. So it's bright blue, and it's this mousse, and then it's topped with a lemon curd and meringue, and it's like, I don't know, it's like pokey, and it looks like a big bubble. So it just looks very unique, and we'll put a picture of it so everyone can see.
Eye-catching.
It's very eye-catching. It's very cool to look at, and it tastes even better than it looks.
And I just listening to you describe that, it was kind of funny. It just made me think of, we've been watching a lot of Disney Plus, just because there's not a lot else to do in the world right now. But we were also watching Be Our Chef on Disney Plus, and the way you were describing it kind of reminds me of the show. Side note, check out that show too.
It's a lot of fun to watch. And the next thing that we had was Yak and Yeti Local Foods Cafe. It's like the bigger version of Yak and Yeti, but it's a quick service. So that was really nice. And we actually got a special. They had like a little piece of paper up on where we ordered at the kiosk. And so we got a special that wasn't normally on the menu, and we couldn't actually even find specifically what it was. But we know it was some kind of a spicy pork type dish. It was very good. It was pretty spicy. I mean, we like spicy things, but
I remember it being good.
Yeah, I thought it was good, but I do remember it having definitely some kick to it.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't know if you'll be able to get this or not if you ever go back, because it was just, again, on a piece of paper, like on the kiosk, so it wasn't on the menu, but it was very, very tasty. And we split that as well, and it was filling for both of us.
And then the last thing that we had for dining was it was at the Thirsty River Bar and Trek Snacks. And that's very close to the nighttime show seating area. So it's very close to the seating area right by the entrance. So we grabbed a drink from there. It was called the Pink Lotus. Evan picked it out.
Yeah, it was a Monin Wild Strawberry Lychee, is that how you say it? Lychee.
Yeah.
And Odawalla Lemonade. So it was a bunch of very unique things. It was another one that was very refreshing on a hot day. I would definitely recommend it. I don't think we have a picture of this one, but I would recommend it. It was very good. Mm-hmm. We didn't get as many food and beverages here because it was the day after we had just gone to Epcot. And if you saw our Epcot video during the Flower and Garden Festival, we got a lot of different food and beverages. So we weren't trying to get as many, just to save a little room in our stomachs and in our wallets. So, but we didn't get as much, but that was some of our food options that we got at Animal Kingdom.
And then something I think we haven't been talking about a lot is shopping. We'd rather do the attractions and try the foods and stuff, but we did want to do some shopping, and there's a few things that I think we were both eyeing at this point. Right. So this was our fourth day. Mm-hmm. So we went to the Discovery Trading Company shop. It's the really big, probably, I think it's the biggest one in Animal Kingdom. Yeah. It's like a shop, and it has different areas and different doors that you can get to it from, kind of like a hub. And what did we get there?
We got a lot of things that we've been eyeing. We got the cutest can be coral mini ears. They were very, very cool looking. Morgan kept seeing them all throughout the day in Animal Kingdom, and that was the only place we had seen them. Yeah. And they were like a coral.
They're iridescent, like depending on the light, they might look purple, they might look hot pink, they might look coral, or even sometimes like they give off like a greenish kind of color in some lights. Yeah, so they're beautiful, cool. And I follow a lot of Disney tuber Instagrammers, and I haven't seen these ears anywhere, the coral ones. So either they're not very popular, or they just didn't sell that many of them. Like maybe they
were kind of new.
I think they were new. Guess. They were kind of similar to like the Epcot Flower and Garden colors. Like I think one of their colors there was coral, but I've never seen them before. So, and I haven't seen really anyone. I don't know if they'll become more popular once the park opens back up, but they actually are selling them online now. So if you did want to get a pair, they have them, but they're very unique. And I love them. Thank you, Evan.
Yeah,
you got them for me. I wasn't going to get them. I was like, oh, maybe I have enough. I mean, I really did have a lot of ears at this point. It was my first trip. But it's a memory. And it's like, we didn't get very many souvenirs.
No, we didn't get a lot.
We both got like one special thing for each other.
Yeah. And you were like eyeing them the entire day. And I was like, okay, you got to get these. And I thought they looked really cool too. So yeah,
they're really cool.
We had to do that. And then we also got a Main Street popcorn variety pack. I just kind of spotted this. And it was a very good deal. It was like $15 and you get 6 different kinds of popcorn in one bag together.
There's a big bug.
You got 6 different kinds of popcorn in a variety pack, and it was only $15, which was really good, I thought. I think there was like caramel, churro flavor, cheddar, birthday cake. I don't remember all the flavors, but there was a good variety. Kettle corn, I think. Yeah, there was a very good variety, and it tasted very good, and it was a great deal. So we had to get that. And then we also got 2 pins that we were both kind of looking at in the store, and you might see those pins at a later date in another video. So we won't spoil them too much, but...
yeah, we might have something coming up where we're going to feature some pins. Yeah. So... Stay tuned.
For that. That'll be very exciting for any pin lovers out there. And that's the merchandise that we got. And that kind of wraps up our review of Animal Kingdom. So we're going to do our overall recap. Did you have any big pleasant surprises at all, Morgan?
My biggest surprise was the Rivers of Light nighttime show on the water. I really loved that show. I anticipated it was going to be good, but I didn't anticipate it to be great.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
It was good.
I guess my biggest surprise was, I guess that Primeval World ended up opening up because everything I had seen, it really had not been open for a while at that point. Again, not my favorite ride, but it was fun, and I guess you got to have a new coaster credit that you haven't been on before, which was nice, and it may be a rare one if it's still not opening up too often. So I guess that's a positive for that. Did you have any disappointments at all, Morgan?
My disappointment is that I wish we could have done more.
I'd say mine is very similar, but one specific thing is Festival of the Lion King. I think you would really enjoy that as well. It's another great show at Animal Kingdom that we didn't get to do this time, so
next time
we're definitely going to have to do that next time we go.
Our favorite ride was Flight of Passage. For sure.
It's so amazing. If you have not been on it, you have to do it.
It's so good.
Again, even if you don't think you're a big fan of Avatar, go on it. It's so immersive, it's so fun, and I cannot recommend it enough.
What was your favorite food at Animal Kingdom?
So my favorite food was the blueberry cream cheese mousse from Satuli Canteen in Pandora. I just love the way it looks. I love the way it tastes. Can't beat it.
My favorite food was anything with the popping bubbles, the boba in it. So I would say the Night Blossom drink, and then the chopped wood grilled chicken bowl from the canteen.
Satuli? We don't know if that's right. We're going to talk about our favorite memory. I think we both decided we really, really loved Finding Nemo the musical. It kind of combined, I think, our two passions. We love theater, we love amusement parks and Disney, so it just combined a lot of our passions into one. Like Morgan said, she teared up a little bit even watching it. It's an amazing experience. Do not skip this.
Don't skip it.
Even if you don't think you'll like it, I'm sure you will. It's
so much dancing in the aisles, all ages, so entertaining and fun. But that's it for our video, our review of Animal Kingdom. Another wonderful day at Disney World, and another first time park for me.
If you enjoy watching our videos, subscribe to our channel, tell your friends, tell your family, anyone that you think might like it. We love making these videos, so if more people could see it, that would just be even better for us. So yeah, and we're gonna have more videos coming out soon. This is our last park to review, but we have to review Galaxy's Edge and Toy Story Land, and we're going to be doing some other types of videos that aren't reviews, but are they still fit in with, the theme park and amusement park.
We have a lot in the works, so definitely subscribe, and we will see you soon.